as a captain, I tell you what are the plus and minus in the merchant navy. Suppose your kid is asking you, I want to join shipping, means you can just make them to understand these are the plus and minus in merchant navies. Number one is that it's very lucrative. There is no two ways about it. A senior master mariner in today's time, a senior master mariner in a gas carrier is getting almost close to $15,000 a month. That is the salary of a master mariner, a captain. So $15,000 means you can imagine it's close to 10 to 12 lakh rupees per month. And to begin with, as a cadet, when he joins, means he will get something close to $300. This is just at the age of, let's say, maximum by 19 or 20 or maximum 21 for that matter, you'll be earning something close to 30 to 40,000 rupees per month. Well, this is the rosy part. And another part is that they get a worldwide exposure. They can go around the world. They can go to places which they have never imagined. Sometimes they were not seen in the geography, in the map of the world also. Because only when we go, I have seen some places. I can tell one place called Reunion, but that could be familiar to many. Reunion is a small island off the African coast. It's a French colony. And also there are some very tiny islands in Italy, which they are all not tourist destinations, but they are wonderful places. Only seafarers can get the opportunity to go there. So likewise, the merchant navy is a career which can take you to places which they have not seen. But of course, we go here for all the work purpose. And during that time, it's not a touring purpose we go. During our off time, we just go around. So it gives a good deal of exposure to meet people of varied experience. A good profession, if you are really fancy about gaining a lot of language, then you got a lot of opportunity to speak with people. Of course, there is a plenty of opportunity to make a good deal of money. You can settle down and think of an alternative career. And also sailing till the age, whatever you want. Of course, the maximum age for retirement is fitness related, but otherwise it's 70 years. People keep sailing. Eyesight is very important. The basic criteria will be the +2 marks, maths, physics, and English. I don't have a presentation to just give it. I just say it orally. Maths, physics, and chemistry, they need to have a 60%, and English 55% is the requirement. So if they have this, means they can join as a deck cadet or an engine cadet. They become a chief engineer. It's a 3 years program, which after finishing, they will join as a cadet. And then it's a career of 10 years span. They can climb to the highermost level of the ship. That is either the captain or the chief engineer of a ship. So there are two ways to climb up the career ladder. And after that, there are a lot of job opportunities ashore also. So it up to the seafarer, whether he wants to sail. If he's more passionate about sailing, he can continue to sail. And if he's passionate about anything alternative career, like in academics, they can join an institution like me, how I joined Ahmed University. For the past 14 years, I'm here as a teacher. And of course, I'm taking as administration level as well. So that has coined the second half of my life. But the first 16 years, whenever the sailing, what I did was really a nice place, nice enjoyment for me. I managed to see many countries, and of course, I was in a position to think of an alternative career. So to that level of economic stability, we definitely managed to get in this job. At the same time, the other side, this is the rosy part, what I said. The other side, which your kid should be able to digest, is that it's a career where they have to stay away from their family, friends, their favorite food and festivals. So this is something which they need to overcome. So they should have a mentality to stay away from family. Festivals, they will be used to so many festivals, but at sea we don't get. So we are away from the shore auxiliary. Of course, on board we have brief celebrations, that is different. Then favorite food, the home food you may not be able to get, but you get a delicacy there. It's a different cuisine. So you should get adapted to what is being served there and develop a taste for it. And friends, of course, you manage to pick up friends with people on board, you develop new friends, but your own best pals and all at home, they will not be available all the time. So these are all the various 4 Fs, what I call my students to overcome. Well, if they manage to get over this, then they get the 2 F, that is the fortune and the, the fortune and the future. So in this way, Merchant Navy definitely have a good deal of respect and adoration for this particular career, because Merchant Navy is a second line of defense for the country. And also seafarers are silent heroes. Even during the pandemic time, these people has been defined as the frontline workers. So far, we know only the medical profession is a frontline profession, but seafaring is also has been considered as a frontline profession by the International Maritime Organization, because without shipping, 50% of the world will freeze and the rest 50% will starve to death. That is a reality. Now, whatever we are enjoying, this webinar, what we are conducting, this also has got definitely a component of shipping everywhere. So if the shipping has to move, it is a seafarer, they form the hub of this wheel. So seafaring is such a wonderful career. The pride is there. 95% of the global shipping, global trade is happening through shipping. So shipping is otherwise called as a backbone of the international trade. So keeping all these in mind, the seafarers are very well rewarded. At the same time, they face other intricacies also. Wherever they for their today's seafaring job is equally challenging. It's not an easy job. There are a lot of rules and regulations that we need to comply. Recently, you have seen the Ever Given, which got caught up in the Suez Canal, and because of that, so many billion dollars of trade was at stake. And after the vessel got relieved, it was a magnificent moment for all the people around the global trade. They were all happy that ultimately the Suez Canal got opened. But the plight of the people on board the ship, I only know. After the release of that Ever Given, what all litigations they have to face, what all people they have to give talk, the root cause of identification, the fault, and all. This is all a process which they have to follow. So this is all not happening every day. Occasionally, this is sort of one out of 10 cases. But I would say it's a very good career to be there. And so if your kid is really thinking about it, or you can make an awareness about them, ask them. There are unlike the yester years where we are not knowing anything about shipping, we just joined the profession by seeing an advertisement in the paper. We applied for it, we got it. But today's world, in the YouTube, you have so many of them giving wonderful lectures and wonderful videos about to create awareness about shipping. So on that note, I would say you can just go through that and get an idea about this profession, and then make your children well educated about it when they think about the choice in, of a career in shipping. So with that, I would like to conclude my address.